The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics released March unemployment numbers, putting the national jobless rate at 3.6%, dropping 2.4 points from a year ago. The new figures show the extent the U.S. job market has recovered from the crisis after it took hold in the United States over 2 years ago. A total of 15 states had lower unemployment rates, with some seeing new lows. Nebraska and Utah had the lowest jobless rates in March, with each at 2%. Those were followed by Indiana at 2.2% and Montana at 2.3%. Then Biden has seen sagging poll numbers as well as inflation has reached record highs. So, do you think that President Biden can take care of inflation? Tell me in the comments down below.
And women who live in rural America, where there are many maternal care deserts, they are about 60% more likely to die. And a big factor which contributes to these outcomes, of course, is systemic inequities. The differences in how people are treated.
Breaking news, lawmakers in the House of Representatives have passed a bill which will allocate around $55 billion to a new program that will help hundreds of thousands of people. But to qualify for the extra financial aid, Americans will have to meet the program's eligibility requirements. The Biden administration has revealed the new plan for the Build Back Better package, so you want to continue watching this video to not miss out on this. Millions of small businesses are still dealing with the challenges brought on by the crisis, but now you can add the inflation, supply chain issues, and even the continuing labor shortage to the mix. For these owners, it means continuing to operate with fewer resources while trying to keep their customers. One way they can keep going is by applying and getting timely grants designed to help their industry, which is what the House of Representatives has done with a bill called H.R. 3807. The challenges that small business owners are facing has led the House to pass the bill, which is designed to replenish a small business grant program. With this bill, the $55 billion fund will help many deserving small businesses out. The House of Representatives is earmarking $42 billion for restaurants, food trucks, and wineries. The $55 billion the House passed will be more than welcomed by small business owners. However, there are still hundreds and thousands of dollars available locally in communities across the country. You can apply for the grants from $2,500 to $25,000 in several cities and counties. These grants address everything from renovation projects to freelancers. Now, definitely make sure to claim this extra crisis relief money if you're eligible for it. Now, President Biden also plans to spend $1.58 trillion of the $5.8 trillion in his proposed 2023 budget to bolster America's defenses and maintain robust economic growth, while also addressing inflation by lowering the federal deficit and costs for working families. President Biden is sending Congress his top-line tax and spending requests for the next fiscal year, which includes $773 billion for the Department of Defense. During a new press conference, President Biden said budgets are statements of values, and the budget I am releasing today sends a clear message that we are fiscally responsible. Presidential budgets are meant to be an opening bid by the White House in annual negotiations. President Biden is leaving a giant space for the cost of any potential climate and spending bill, previously known as the Build Back Better. With last month's consumer price index landing at 7.9%, Biden and his top economic advisors are acknowledging that inflation is eating consumers' purchasing power. But if they are insisting that the higher prices will drop next year, and they blame most of the increase on disrupted supply chains and the crisis overseas. President Biden said that America was not immune to the worldwide inflation that has followed the crisis. The plan is to increase the deficit another $1 trillion over 10 years through higher taxes. Inflation is also expected to run at 4.7% for 2022.
Last month, I also worked through a lot of the other earmarks that we were able to secure, so you can feel free to look that up. That information is available on our website. But this was the main climate-related one. We also were able to secure $3 million to build out a new OBGYN unit at Elmhurst Hospital and address our maternal mortality crisis, as well as $800,000 at Jacobi Hospital for a violence interruption program that we have already seen to reduce reoccurrence of incidents of violence and crime by over 50%. It's already proven to be more effective than any policing intervention that we have in the books at reducing crime and reducing incidents of violence. We're really excited about that. Now, in addition to the Green New Deal project that we secured right here at home, we also worked with a lot of other members of Congress as well to see if we could launch Green New Deal projects across the United States. and use this as a conduit to help do that. And we're going to make the big announcement next week, but I'm giving you guys the scoop right here since this is our town hall. We've identified 79 Green New Deal projects across the United States will be starting this year and in the next year. So we're really, really excited.
The mic needs to go on the stand.
Pardon?
The mic needs to go on the stand.
Now the mic needs to go on the stand. I'm getting more regulations by the minute here. Okay. So I'm we're really excited about this, and I believe that it's really just a testament to when people say that we can't, watch us work. Watch us work. What they're saying is that we can't do it the traditional way. You know, maybe, can you get 218 votes on the House floor on this specific resolution? If they may say we can't do that, it doesn't mean that we can't do the thing, period. And so we're going to find creative ways and alternatives to make sure that we can get this done. And that's really what we're really excited about and being able to accomplish today. So we've got that going on in terms of environmental justice for Astoria. Now I want us to kind of zoom back down to the micro. We know the big goals that we have. We have to draw down emissions.
So there is a new way for Social Security recipients to increase their monthly benefits by $800. If you guys want to get the latest news about this fourth stimulus check for Social Security beneficiaries, just continue watching this video. If you are a senior, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA beneficiary, then make sure to watch until the end, because this is how you can receive extra stimulus money next month. Everybody, we all know the lawmakers want to get President Biden's agenda passed as soon as possible. But Congressional Progressive Caucus leaders are now urging the Democrat-controlled Senate to pass President Biden's Build Back Better package by March 1st. Representative Pramila Jayapal said in the months since negotiations around the Build Back Better Act stalled, the case for this legislation has only become more urgent. There is agreement among Senate Democrats on significant parts of this bill: climate action, the care economy, and lowering health costs. There is agreement on the need to reducing costs facing ordinary Americans, and that is exactly what the Build Back Better Act does. So the Congressional Progressive Caucus has been a leading force at the negotiating table during months of lapsed deadlines to pass the massive spending package. Progressive lawmakers have consistently urged two centrist holdouts in the upper chamber, like Manchin and Sinema, to get on board, and with the rest of the Democratic caucus and the majority of House Democrats to send this bill out. Biden's bill would greatly help so many Americans, so I do agree that Manchin and Sinema can make a big positive impact on the country. The good news, though, is that in recent weeks, lawmakers have become more vocal in their desire to see results on passing Biden's agenda. President Biden has already told reporters that he will likely have to break up his plan to invest in social programs and climate policy.